Tell me what y'all think, and I'll be right back.
Unpopular opinion, but I think religion is one of the biggest forms of propaganda that we have ever experienced as humans. And I think religion is dangerous for any society that hopes to constantly evolve and improve, not because of the philosophical concept of God, but because what religion does to people. Religion conditions people to hold unwavering beliefs without evidence, without verification, and sometimes in direct opposition of reality. Once you successfully train someone to do that in one area of their life, that habit infects every other decision and belief. So instead of asking, could I be wrong about this, or is this actually true, religion teaches you to defend your belief beyond reason. I think it hammers intellectual obedience and it halts any sort of moral development. And I think one of the most disturbing aspects of religion is the fact that it has successfully been able to get people to act against their own self-interest. It teaches people to stay in abusive systems and relationships. It teaches people to not get medical care. It teaches people to vote against policies that would help them. All across history, we have watched as religion successfully convinces people to commit atrocities and horrible acts of violence just in the name of their belief. And even today, we are watching people use religion as justification for beliefs that directly cause mass amounts of suffering to other people. Religion is the perfect tool for the powerful. That's why I think religion is propaganda. And I think if you are super religious, I highly recommend you spend some time questioning your beliefs and questioning where your beliefs came from and who's telling you to believe what you believe. And again, this is not about whether God exists or not. This is about whether you are being manipulated or not.
Definitely don't want to get anybody's panties in a bunch about this conversation, but definitely agree. Because when it comes to religion and it comes to most people that are conservative, MAGA, they always trying to use Christianity to try to justify some dumbass shit. It's not even just MAGA that does this. I see this in so many other obstacles throughout my life, or even just people that I've met, that when it comes to trying to justify some dumbass shit, it'd be like, well, I'm gonna just pray on it. Or when it comes to religion, most of the time, women are treated as second-class citizens. And I just be sitting here looking like, you think this is okay? And I also like the fact that he also mentioned about clouding critical judgment skills, because sometimes, yes, that is a huge concern. I already knew I was chopped when it came to the whole concept of organized religion once they said don't question it. Once they said don't ask no questions, just follow. That's when I knew, like, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. It's just going back to the MAGA supporters and the conservative mindset. Most of the time, I hate to say it, some of them tend to lack critical judgment skills, critical thinking skills, because it's so clouded by fucking religion. But also, you look at the depth of religion, you're not supposed to question it. And this is why we have motherfuckers just going off of propaganda, because you're not supposed to question anything. No critical thinking skills. Just go with the flow. And that's when I'd be like, yeah, y'all lost me. And this is part of the reason why I'm always screaming facts over feelings. Because right now, in my eyes, in my personal opinion, when it comes to faith, it's low key a feeling. It is a feeling to a certain degree. It is. There's no way around it. You feel so strongly about this, it has to be true. Tie that into politics. Tie that into the dumb motherfuckers who you see. Be like, you feel so strongly about this misinformation. But I guess if you constantly convince yourself that enough, I guess it can be true. Or convince yourself to stay in dumbass situations and be like, I just gotta hold on to this faith. Or we don't do divorce. We don't do this. We don't do that. And I'll be sitting there like, unfortunately, I'll be trying not to call religion a form of a cult, but I'll be like, I don't know what more I can do to help you if that's already your mindset. Because you can have all the facts laid out here, plain and simple for you, right here. But you'd be like, no, that's just not true, because this is not the way I feel. And I just be like, again, some things you just can't change. Again, look at the Drewski skit. Look at talking about the way the church has become such a business. Pay attention, guys. And I hate to say it, from what research has shown, most people that have very high IQ tests and are more intellectual typically don't follow any type of organized religion. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because I was like, makes sense. Just going to read the one little part in here. Do with this information what you will, straight from the NIH. So far, the majority of studies that investigated this relationship showed a negative correlation indicating lower cognitive abilities of individuals reporting stronger religious beliefs. Like I said, do what you will with that information, straight from the NIH. Have a good day, y'all.